Hey, good looking. Welcome to 2025. This is first video of the new year. And what I want to share is my biggest lesson and biggest win from the year, which I'll just get straight into it. On Friday, the end of December, the last working Friday of December, one of my clients hit 500,000 for the month, which was his record breaking month. Quite insane to do. He said he pushed and worked and did his best to hit that outcome, and he made 500,028 pounds, which is such an insane team effort, and it's expanded my mind on what is possible in this industry. After 11 years, this is my 12th year in it now, I'm continuing to be impressed about what is possible, continuing to see behind the scenes how you're able to pull these numbers off. So I want to share a little bit about what I've learned in that process as head of marketing, and super excited for what is to come this year. I mean, the lessons that I've learned from that business and being so deeply involved, A to Z, in so many moving parts, has given me so many skill sets and so many strategies and systems and tools and processes that now give me the conviction and confidence to give to someone to help them get to 50, 100K per month. Like, that is just so solid in me that I just know now we can do that. Like, it's 1/10 of what I've helped one client do. So helping someone, if you want to get to 50, if you're at 20, if you're at 10 and you're working hard, you've got a lot of offers and you're posting, but you're not getting the traction and you don't feel that fire in the belly. I am so convicted in what I do now that if you can do three things, probably, it can get you there faster than anything else, or faster than doing it by yourself, or with less guesswork, or with less stress. I just know that to be sure, and I'm not saying it's faster than anything else is the best way in the world. One of my mentors says everything works. It just depends on how you want to do it. There's thousands of ways to make money and make your first million in business, but it's like, what one is aligned to you? What one feels good to you? What one do you want to do? What kind of business do you want? That is what is most important. So let me just rewind the clock. On Sunday, a couple of days before New Year's, I finished a tour of the Jane Austen Centre in Bath with my wife and her parents. And I finish and I get a voice message from my client. And he's like, "Hey dude, just super pumped. I just had to share this with you. Hit 500K on Friday. And I just want to say deep gratitude, deep thanks." And it was really funny because he said, if I sound hungover, because I am, I just celebrated crazy because it's such a huge thing. And what's cool is I'm on a commission structure with this client. So the more he wins, the more I win. So the more I upskill and up level and the more I implement it, the more it works, the more I get rewarded, which is the ultimate form of leverage. It's upgrading your skills, upgrading your outputs, and therefore you upgrade your inputs. So, it's just massive to be able to do that. And I created another video about this because we've got a spreadsheet with all the clients, and I see 3 clients, 7 clients, 5 clients, 2 clients added every single day by the team. So I go in and check it frequently and just constantly see clients being added there. And what that does for me, it's like the Stripe screenshot, right? What this does is it enables me to see the output of all the work, because in your online world, you've just got this canvas of online marketing and words and funnels and automation and content and all the stuff, all the messages, but all that really leads to one output, which is to get a client. That's why you ultimately do all your marketing and social media on the front end, to get a client. And what this sheet enables me to do is go in and just see purely the output. And it reminds me the power of the output. Everything we do is for the output. So I still love going into this sheet and just seeing how many sales are generated, because some days there's 7. Like when I see 7, it's just insane to see. But I'm creating the content that gets the impressions, that then gets the replies, that then gets the comments, that then gets the messages, that then get the calls, that then get the sales. So I can see how it's happening from top of funnel awareness all the way down the bottom to conversion. And what I really want to take on board this year is being consistent with my YouTube channel. My good man, the great man, one and only Hamza. When I met him in Bali, he really had an impact on me with YouTube, and he's got 2.4 million subs on his main channel, but he's just started another channel and he's just sharing what he's doing. Like, not scripted, not the perfect scene, not mapped out in any way. It's just like a stream of consciousness, and you're on the journey with him. And that's what I want to be able to do on this channel. I want to be sharing what's working, my thought process, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing clients get results, what's working, how can we help each other win, like share behind the scenes. Because one thing that frustrated me with like a lot of the top guys, they wouldn't share exactly what's working, or they would hold back, or there's be like that one missing piece. So I'm in a fortunate position to see many clients, and I've helped many clients get over that 50 to 100K per month. And I don't want to do fancy editing. I don't want to create elaborate docs and looms. I'll do some of them, definitely. But most of my channel, I just want to share what is from my heart, because YouTube is the place of depth. YouTube is the place from depth. I am a very raw and real guy. That's one thing I hate about social media. It's, you have to make sure you capture attention and make sure your cuts are good and make sure your message is sharp and make sure there's no wasted space and make sure that there's fast editing and make sure it's all short form. Like all that, I just see through it all because I know the game so well. I know what it's about. I know it's engineering attention. I know it's, as Gary Vee would say, it's day trading attention. And it's whoever gets the most attention and is the most engaging wins. But YouTube is different. YouTube, you don't need that. So what I want to do on YouTube is just be raw and real. Like straight from, here's what's going on. My thoughts and feelings, sharing what's happening along the journey, and doing it to build a relationship with you and with the people that are watching better than any other platform. So you're not just watching a 7-second reel and it's like perfectly scripted, because most of the things on Instagram are scripted. Most of the things are scripted because they have to be, because they have to capture attention. You get some guys that aren't scripted, but most of them are scripted. How do I know? Because I would help people script them, and it's just not my vibe. I don't want to be polished and perfect. I want to be real and raw and authentic and sharing my heart on my sleeve and going through the process. So that is my approach. I want to be more consistent. There's three C's that I want to continue to develop and refine. This is like my crystal clear 2025 vision, which is conviction, consistent, and courage. And the way I look at consistent is nothing good happens short term. Like nothing good happens in a couple days or a couple weeks. You go to the gym, you're not getting jacked in a couple days or even a couple weeks. Like it's months. I'm setting a goal this year to do high rocks, and that's not going to happen from just getting off the couch and going. Like I've got a good baseline, but there's so much more work to do, and I'm pumped to be able to do that. But that comes from months of preparation. So the consistency in business is essential. It's that compounding effect that you do the same thing over and over and over again and you get the same result. Like this client that hit 500K, he's been doing Monday night live trainings for 30 to 60 minutes for 4 years now. I've probably known him for 5 years, but he's been doing them for 4, maybe 5 years. Monday night, he doesn't do 2 a year. He doesn't do one at Christmas, one in New Year. So he takes 2 off. So he does 50 a year, which would be over, let's say 4 years, play conservative, 200 live streams in his Facebook group. with anywhere from a couple to 300 people joining live. And he consistently refines a topic, refines a structure, refines a message, refines his presenting skills, and refines everything. And there's two phases that you really go through when you're building something. It's you building and you're not refining. You're just in this building, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks, spaghetti at the wall, move forward, messy action. And then there's the refining. Once you get things moving and humming along, then you want to be able to refine it. But nobody refines until they build. So you have to build. And with this client, we're in the building and refining phase. You don't really leave the building phase because you're always building. But you need to refine as well. So you use leverage. So consistency is a huge one. And doing stuff daily, whatever that is going to compound when you do it for months, years, or even decades. So consistency is huge. Conviction is also huge. And conviction is a feeling of certainty and belief inside of yourself that is not seen, but it's felt. And therefore it is an internal thing. And then that conviction allows you to have courage. Because if you have conviction in what you do, and you're being consistent and you have the courage to take courageous, big, bold, scary action where you're not in your comfort zone, where you're not staying small, where you're not staying in your same patterns, that courage to step out into that future you is what creates the growth, because you're either in the comfort zone or you're in the growth zone. It's cliche, but that is the absolute truth. So there are three things I really want to focus on this year. Having more conviction in my body of work, and that's going to be refining my offers, really refining them down and just focusing on essentially three things outside of energy, like mindset, identity work, which is huge. Like personal power is one of the most important things. So there's your power, which is everything that's underneath. That's the roots that's under the tree. So it's your power, and then you have your production. And your power is what goes into your production to then create the business, the life, and the results that you want. But if you don't have the power, you can just be checking a box. And people can feel that. So you don't want to get into the feeling of, I'm just checking a box with content. I'm just going through the motions. I'm just being consistent. Because that doesn't work unless you have that power, conviction, and belief into what you do and what you offer, that then you inject that into your content, and then people can feel that difference. Because when you do that, people don't hear what you say, they feel what you mean. And there's a huge difference. You go to Instagram and you can see the person that's reading a script and they're just not fully believing it. Whereas if you go on YouTube and watch someone who's a brilliant speaker, or watch a podcast where they don't have notes, like you can feel the difference in someone. So conviction is also huge. And I learned about conviction and power from Garrett J. White from 6-7 years ago. I've been to 4 of his events in California. And I'd say him and Tony, I've seen Tony live, they would be the most people that have the highest personal power. Like you're around them and you're just like, holy fuck, there's something about this person. And what Tony says is like, I built this motherfucker. It's not found, it's not read, it's not consumed, it's created. And it's created through courageous action that aligns to the life that you want. And 2025 is the perfect time to be getting clear on what is it that I want and what is the courageous action I need to take daily to move me towards that. How can I be consistent in taking that action? And then how can I have conviction that what I offer, who I am, and what I'm doing is the best solution for the people that I want to help. Their problems, I can eat them for breakfast. That's like, you need to show up with that big deal energy. Like you're a big coach, you got big dreams, you're gonna take big action and get big results. Or you could just play small and hide. Like it's up to you. You can choose that comfort path, but you've chose that before, and where has that left you? I know where it's left me. I know where it's left some of the clients who haven't proceeded and grown to the levels I know they can. And I know so many people in my circle that don't choose courage over comfort. And I know when I'm going to be 50 and 60. I'll look back, and if I don't take advantage of the moments that I had all the capability and all the information and all of the desire, and I didn't do anything about it, or I didn't do as much as what I wanted to about it, then I'll look back and be disappointed. I know I don't want to look back and be like, oh, I wish. Like, I want to do everything I can with everything I got. I want to be all I can be. And that is why the first layer is really about your personal power. It's becoming that person who takes consistent action, who is courageous in that action, and who has high levels of conviction. Because when you really boil it down to the strategy, it's not that difficult. You create content, you generate leads, you have conversations, you convert them into clients, and then you deliver an amazing service. You create amazing content, you start conversations, you either get them on a call, you send them a doc, they become a client, and you get them insane results. That's the business model. That is the actual business model. But what gets us broken is if we don't have that personal power and that level of emotional intelligence to be able to keep going and not complicate the process and not overthink the process and not hide when things go wrong. So for me, the three things that I'm focused on for my clients to help you get to 50, 100K a month. Number one, a tiered offer. A tiered offer is a one offer system where it's in a hierarchy, a system, and it has one dream outcome and it has one dream client. And it's just different levels of access that they can have to you to be able to get to that outcome. Rather than having multiple products, multiple avatars, multiple price points, all that headaches, it just allows you to have one message that you're focused on and different levels of access to be able to work with you. It simplifies it so much that then you're able to maximize your audience, the LTV of your audience, while also delivering insane results. Because some people, they really want to work with you closely and they want that one-on-one high proximity, intimate access. And then some people, they just need the right information in the right community and they'll be off to the races. And some people, they just want some insights and products to be able to help them. And you can do that. You can do all that with one core offer, just different levels of tiering. Huge. And it's ultimately what you want, because you want to help one major problem with one great solution and have all the depth to be able to go deep into that without going wide. Because anyone who makes over $1 million in the coaching industry, they go deep and less or one product rather than multiple. So that's number one, a tiered offer. Number two is a hot audience. This is all about building an audience that is hot. And there's three temperatures in your audience. There's cold, there's warm, there's hot. Cold people don't know who you are. That's why you send cold DMs, cold emails. I don't know what else you do, or cold calls. But if you were to do them, the first question that people have is like, who are you? Like, why should I trust you? And you may think that with people online, but if someone calls you out of the blue and you don't have any context, like, it's very difficult to sell to someone like that. You might be able to get a yes for like 27 seconds by saying some magical script, but it's very difficult to do because it lacks the content, it lacks the trust and the belief that they have in you. So that's a cold audience. A warm audience is people who know you, who are familiar with you, who consume your content, but they're not ready to buy. And a hot audience are people who are ready to buy by creating strategic content that moves people towards a buying decision and moves them fast. So you're saying the right words, and it's about dialing in your message. So you have a hot audience. And then once you have a hot audience, and it doesn't really matter on platforms, but I like the trust triad, the three. And this is what we have focused really on with my client who hit 500K. The three channels are social. You can pick a social channel, Instagram, Facebook. Then email. Email is still like the cockroach. You just can't kill it. It's been consistent for 10 years. It's such a high ROI channel and so easy. And then three is YouTube. So those three combined, YouTube is the greatest channel for depth if you do it right. I like breaking the rules. I could do heavily scripted and map out my intros and like the perfect videos, but these feel better to me because I want it to be more calm, more relaxed. And that's just my vibe. I want it so my goal is, so when someone signs up after watching my YouTube and we hang out, like we do a VIP day, or we just hang out at Mastermind, or we just hang out in general, they're just like, dude, you're just exactly like what you are on camera. Like, I don't want there to be any discrepancies, being like, oh, he's actually a little bit quieter in real life. Like, because I'm screaming and shouting and jumping off rooftops and shit. Like, I don't want it to be like that. I wanted to create an authentic, fearlessly authentic relationship, and then maximize that with distribution and really use that to be the foundation. YouTube is massive. So they're the three. So that's the second step with hot audience. And then the third step, so you got a tiered offer, hot audience, and then the third one is a conversion system, or like evergreen sales. And this is about how to turn that hot audience into high paying clients without launches, without long drawn out sales calls, without doing things you hate or persuading people into buying. None of that. It's about low key, like chill selling. And you do that because you've done the hard work in step 2. They're already hot. They already know who you are, what you got, how you can help. The harder selling you have to do is if the marketing isn't as good. So I like to pre-sell, because if you pre-sell, you don't have to hard sell. And the better you pre-sell, the easier you are to enroll them. So another piece we focus on with hot audience is connection over persuasion, because the more you connect, the less you need to persuade. The more rapport and the more you like someone and the more you align with their values and beliefs and philosophy and vehicle and way to help them achieve their dream life, the less persuasion you need to say the right word, to use the right magic script, etc. So they're the 3 things that I'm really focused on dialing in this year and get them to a level 10 out of 10 for all my clients. Because once you do that and you have that power and conviction and belief as the foundation underneath those 3 pillars, 50, 100K months are very fun and enjoyable and attainable. So didn't really know what I was going to say in this video. Was feeling super tired, really didn't want to. I recorded this late. The gym was closed today, so I couldn't go to the gym. So I'm feeling flat. I feel flat anyway because it's winter in England. So it's just not my favorite season at all. But I wanted to start off this year by doing a video, and 23 minutes later, I'm still talking. So I'm pumped for what's to come. Huge optimism. This industry is built on belief, and my belief has never been stronger for this industry of seeing what is possible. I know it's possible for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm going to share these videos to help you, and let's do this together. Super pumped. Peace out. Bye.